All right, guys, let's hit it off with another opportunity here. There ain't nothing better. Nothing better. Well, I guess, in my opinion, there ain't nothing easier, nothing better to trade than trading spreads. Let me testify to that. Okay? I've been trying to build algorithm and platform programs for trading intraday and stuff like that, and even dabbling in these micro equities here for like the last few months, and the stress that things can put on. Oh, and I love stock options. I can eat me up some stock options. But let me talk to you guys about what's one of the more easier things to trade. You know, takes a little bit of patience in learning it. Um, it's spread trades. Okay, bottom line. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm looking at a spread on August cattle and hog. All right, how did I find it? Well, I didn't just go to some program and it just told me what to do. I used to do that for the first couple of years. I guess I was just getting lucky. And I've been behind the charts for like 10 years, and my mentor taught me all this technical things, right? And I went off and I just started like getting cocky because I think all my spread trades were pulling in. And so I had to start, but then all this COVID and all this BS started happening, and a lot of geopolitics change and skew stuff. Emerging markets skew spreads on seasonality stuff, right? Seasonality, you got fundamental things already kind of built in. I hate fundamental. I've tried it, and I've tried to be smart and outsmart the market with information. It just seems to never worked. And plus, it's boring. I really just don't care about reports and shit. I just don't. And so I had to start getting smart. I said, man, I'm not finding anything. Well, markets ain't going to come and just hand you something. So I had to start finding things. And I started digging. I said, wait a minute. I'm a spread trader. Let me just go and just start building up things. And if things look, we'll play this the relative game way. Look, when we're spread trading, we're trading relativity. Because the way you came in through a seasonality, or you came in through a different approach, just like myself. End of the day, we're trading one thing versus another thing. Something is more expensive than the other thing, and bottom line, there's no other logic to it. There's price in between them, and we're just trading the price. We're not trading the time. We're not trading the way the charts look. They look ugly. They look pretty. I like these charts. I like Renko charts. I like candlestick charts. I like this charts. I don't care. A price looks more expensive than something else in a relationship market, in an intercommodity market. I want to sell one versus and buy the other. Bottom line. Now, there's cost to do this kind of business, but the risk to the reward is just phenomenal. And plus, again, we get all that margin, etc. Anyway, enough of the rant. So let's go into. You can tell how much mind I've lost getting in that coding world for 2 weeks. All right, and we've had some good results, by the way. It's just I think we still need a professional touch on the coding, and we need a you still need you still need human management on these things. I like them because so far my robots are kind of like I can kind of put it there, and they can pick up trends better for me during high volume time, right? Things like that. But I wouldn't walk away on it overnight. So far, my robots fail over a series at times. So you just got to be able to kind of put it on, help you do autopilot, like when you're flying a plane. Autopilot, you go take a piss, you come back, you eat. Your autopilot's working, and then 70% of the time these guys are on autopilot, guys. Just to give you the reality, when you're flying. Anyway, with that said, let's autopilot some of these damn trades. So I'm looking at August cattle, okay, versus August hog, okay. And let me pull this up. And okay. Now we all know on dailies these stuff gap. You all know that whoever trades ag, but we're trading the overall direction, and when you're trading in the right direction, hopefully the gap is in your favor, right? You get a nice bonus. So we're at these highs. We're at these highs. Let me turn this down a little bit. I was in a music mood. All right. We're at these highs. We're close to it. Can we turn back around? Well, why not? What's the chances? So we're in this zone. Where's my box? You're in a zone. Okay? You don't need an exact price. Well, Peter, where do I get in? Exactly which penny? You make the decision. Do you want to give it a little bit more while, or do you want to either miss the train, or do you want to get in and have a little bit of a possible, run still against you? You got to figure that all out. I've told you guys how to figure out margin. There's videos for that we have posted. Okay, CME board tool that you use to find out the margin, and you can download zip files from them every day, midday for intraday and post day for even settle margin prices and stuff. Okay, so even if you have one that's few day old, guys, it's unless something drastic happened in the markets, you're not going to have any big expansion in margin or whatever. So what I'm looking at is just is this simple. Now I want to look at other ways. Okay, I want to look at now I'm gonna have to change this. Let's put this back to the regular, because this is a spread chart I'm doing. So one is already another market. So we have our hog as the orange and on an hourly, and there's cattle. One is more expensive than the other. Which one? Not hard to guess. Cattle. It's more expensive than hog. For whatever fundamental reason, this is selling. For whatever fundamental reason, this is holding up. Supply demand. Bottom line. I don't care about the report. I don't care about getting that other guy's email and I got to read it, break it down. All I care is right here in my face. Cattle. This is what my mentor taught me. Simple. So I said, we called out that wheat versus corn trade last Sunday, and so far it's up like 14, 15 basis points. This one right here, I'm looking at this, and I haven't opened up my trading technique. Hang on one second. I'll be right back. Okay, this is the spread. Ta-da! Yes, you don't see a lot of volume. But this is two products, ladies and gentlemen, that trades, on its own. It's volume. Okay, so this is a way you leg in with one trade in, one trade out. And so, you put a resting order, let it fill. If you want to be a little bit aggressive, come in here at these 43s. Let's say here's the August table. You see some people buying. There's some little smart people that are thinking the way we do, the way Forte Trader team is thinking, and they're in here buying. But they're buying or selling, and they're doing that. I'm sorry. You should be over here, man, in my opinion. You want to sell this spread, right? But so here's. Oh shoot. I'm sorry. First of all, how do we pull this up? Let me delete this tab because this is always something that I know comes up. I just want to keep letting it kind of refine this in with you guys. Remove the tab. I'm going to come here within my market grid. I like building them in my market grid and just start searching for, we know, LE, and the red boxes with arrows are spreads. You see them? Now that's a intra-commodity spread. The one that's available from the market is this guy. Live cattle, lean hog. It's already built in here. LE versus HA. Boom. Go down to, right click here and fit all these columns. There we go. And I want to go to OG. Boom. Wow. There's people interested here. A little bit tighter spread. Coinky dinky. But we're at these tops. I don't know, guys. I think we're at tops. So, we're at the 45s. 45, 45, 10. Where are we now when I build this back up? So you got to be creative. You got to be... I'm not trying to, say I'm super creative. But hell, I found this. Boom. So, I'm looking at this thing as expensive. Cattle is more expensive than hog. Okay, it's up here. I don't care what this did. This is an outlier 5-year historical red line here, which makes sense. the overall weight on this thing has always been shorter by now, by this time frame. So I want to see this thing narrow back into each other. I'd like to consider selling, right? For all of you that are new, simulate these for a series of maybe 20. Get confident in what you see in the results. Get also confident with the platform, because the platform does weird things sometimes. You just got to get familiar with the weirdness it does. Stupid, but it does it. Og, cattle versus hog. You got people here that are interested. We've had a net change almost a half basis point. It does trade at 400 bucks a point. When you're dealing with the same product market, that's 400 buck a point, hog or cattle, it's still 400 a point. But guess what, guys? This thing's a mover when it decides to. And the way that the point basis is made, it's percentage difference. So guess what? 400 buck a point. One little move to the wrong side here, it's costly real quick. To the downside, it's a potential 10 grand move, okay, per contract. So, again, look at the points and count them up. Or you got a lot of point possibilities here. So 5Gs plus, I don't know, if it's 400 buck a point, do the math. So that part, you got to have your own little risk reward. I don't do too much preaching about risk reward. You got to kind of just know by now. If you're here trading spreads, you have some futures experience. You know what your threshold is based on your account size and all that. It's your business. Okay. If it goes up a little too far up here, do you want to just see and just get out? Do you want to get in early and then set up for if you get if they push this thing to get shorts out real quick, wait and then come back in? Or do you want to just kind of wait till things start picking up? Things like that. You got to, that's based on your own risk adversity and all that stuff that they talk about. You got to figure that out. I can't do that for you. I'm an aggressive trader, so I'm not going to give good advice to a conservative trader. I've learned that. And so, anyway, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at this, and hell, when I get back from the gym, I'm going to give it towards the end of the day, see if we could peak up a little bit more here. I'd like to just sell like from a little bit more extreme, but I'd hate to miss it. So that's the thing too. Don't feel like you're going to miss it. You can always find another one. My point also to this video, guys, is we now are in this point. You got to get a little creative. We don't need to do super complex spreads. You just do a simple intra-commodity product. And I mean, there's a ton of money to make. There's also a ton of money to lose. So, this is enough right here is better than outright. You're almost like on an option. You're sleeping at night with these trades. I'm not saying you got to sleep in peace. Don't get me wrong, guys. Read all your risk disclosures. However, it's like, you're not spending the margin on one cattle is like 4 or 5 grand right now. You put these things together, you have a reduced span margin. You could sleep through them quite a bit. And you don't it's not an intraday trade. You can keep some of your sanity and your time freedom to go do other things. Right now I'm working on these programs. It's been 2 weeks now. 2 weeks on and it's regarding micro intraday stuff. But again, you got to still baby those things, and it's just sometimes it's not worth my time. Okay, if we can get in there, get in, get out, 1 hour, 2 hour day, fine. But to be there, sitting behind a, captive to a monitor, that's not a lifestyle, guys and gals. It's not. Okay, so better off go and learn stocks and do options on them. Okay, it's another derivative. I love derivatives. That's why I love the futures markets. I love them. And spreads. You got options out there. We have it in our Discord group. We got a couple talented people that talk about it. They're a derivative, and you can make a ton of money if you use leverage correctly. Leverage in the right hands is a good thing. Leverage in the right hands is a good thing. I've had people tell me to watch out with that, and I noticed that they are scary traders. They don't use leverage. So they can do that whatever they want. But, boom. That's what I'm talking about. Guess what, guys? Here's another spread trade idea for the week. Enjoy.